Welcome back to the deep dive. Okay, today we're digging into something really fascinating. Your specific and, frankly, pretty potent skill set. We're talking Google Storybook for UI/UX, combined with Google Gemini for AI and prompt engineering. Now, you might feel that being based in Borno State, Nigeria, well, it presents some unique hurdles, right?
Yeah.
But what if that perceived challenge is actually your secret weapon?
Exactly. That's the mission for this deep dive. We want to completely reframe any idea of geographical limits. We're going to show you how your location, when you pair it with these, frankly, cutting-edge skills, gives you a really unique competitive edge. And we'll map out 3 paths, all connected, local opportunities right there in Borno, the wider Nigerian tech landscape, and then the big one, the global remote market.
Right, let's unpack this skill set first, because it's more than just having 2 separate skills side by side. You're not just a UI/UX person or an AI prompt engineer. You're in this sweet spot, perfectly positioned to design the next wave of AI-powered products. Think about using Storybook to mock up a really intuitive AI chat interface, maybe. And then immediately switching gears, using your Gemini skills to fine-tune how that AI actually responds, making sure the whole experience feels, well, not just slick, but smart, seamless. That's the real power here. You could be like an AI product designer or maybe a conversational AI interface specialist. You're solving problems from both the design and the intelligence angle. It's a powerful niche.
And what's really striking when you look at this is the huge difference in earning potential between those paths we mentioned. Okay, so within Nigeria, your standard UI/UX or maybe front-end roles, you're typically looking at salaries around maybe 1.2 to 1.4 million per year. A UX designer, for instance, might average about 1,460,880. But, and this is key, your AI skills, even just within Nigeria, they unlock much higher figures. Think 5 million up to even 18 million annually. An AI engineer could be making AV 8 million, maybe a data scientist pulling a 6 to 18 million. Big difference.
Okay, but hang on, because this is where it gets really, really interesting.
Oh, absolutely. Because when you pivot to the global remote market, the economic arbitrage is just immense. We're seeing global remote UAX roles advertised between, say, $100,000 to $120,000 a year US dollars. And for AML platform engineers, roles needing that deeper AI skill, you could be looking at $160,000 to $220,000 annually.
Whoa. So potentially up to 70 times higher than some of the local roles.
Yes.
I mean, that's not just a pay bump. That's completely life-altering. What's driving that, really? Just currency.
It's a combination. It's the massive global demand for these very specific AI skills, meeting the reality of a much lower cost of living in a place like Borno. That difference creates powerful leverage for you.
Which brings us back to Borno. What does this all mean for actually using Borno as your base?
Yeah, those local figures, 5 million plus, they sound good. But let's be real, if you're just starting out in Borno, what are the actual hurdles? How do you get that first crucial bit of experience in what sounds like a pretty new tech scene there? That's a fair question. And yes, Borno State is actively trying to build its tech ecosystem. You've got government initiatives like BICTDA, the Borno ICT Development Agency, set up just this past March. There's the FGNL Digital Hub, even talk of domesticating the federal government's own AI tool, ServiceWise, GPT. So things are happening. But the challenge, often it's the hidden job market, opportunities with local firms, maybe Maxiton or NGOs, they don't always get advertised widely.
Absolutely.
It often requires proactive networking, reaching out directly, not just waiting for job ads, but this is exactly the kind of place to get that initial experience, build that portfolio. It's the launch pad.
Okay, so that's a local launch pad. We see the staggering global potential. The big question then is, how do you actually connect? How do you bridge that gap from Borno to those, 6-figure global remote jobs?
Right. That's where the digital bridges come in. Platforms like Andela are crucial. They're actively building what they call an AI-ready workforce, specifically connecting African talent to global firms.
Makes sense.
And then you have the global job boards. Think Remotive, Remote Africa, Working Nomads. These are your direct lines to international companies actively seeking remote talent. And here's where Borno becomes that strategic advantage again, earning a global salary while living somewhere with a significantly lower cost of living. That's powerful. What some might see as a limitation, for you, it's a financial superpower, really. It lets your earnings go so much further.
So it's about more than just finding a job. It's designing a career strategically, building local connections while reaching for global paychecks. That's pretty empowering.
Precisely. The ideal approach, we think, is what you might call a portfolio career. You aim to secure those high-value remote contracts globally, bringing in the significant income. Simultaneously, you stay engaged with local projects. This lets you contribute to your community, build your reputation locally, and it also adds, frankly, another layer of stability and connection.
Got it. And the actionable steps seem pretty clear then. First, build a killer portfolio,
Mm,
right? One that showcases both sides of your Storybook and Figma work for UI UX and your LLM and prompt engineering stuff with Gemini. Dual focus.
absolutely essential.
And then craft that personal brand. Don't just be a designer. Lead with something unique like AI product designer or conversational AI interface specialist. Own that specific value you bring. Wow. Okay, this deep dive has really flipped the script, hasn't it? From potential limitations in Borno to a world of opportunity. It's about leveraging everything, your skills, your location.
It absolutely is. Your unique blend of skills combined with the, let's call it, strategic advantage of your location truly positions you for a career that's not just lucrative, but also sustainable and impactful. And maybe that leaves you with a final thought to chew on, a provocative question perhaps. How will your specific combination of skills at UI/UX intuition married with AI fluency, how will that shape the next generation of AI products, not just globally, but maybe even specifically for communities like Borno, even while you operate on that world stage?
That's a fantastic question to end on. A powerful vision. Thanks for breaking that all down. And thank you for joining us on the deep dive. We'll catch you next time.